on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got some dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You feel me? Man, it's been hot as hell, man, but you already know what's going down. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off now. Yes, yes, yes. And when I say it's been hot, man, it has been hot. But please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful, fabulous, marvelous Monday, because it is Monday, July the 25th, 2000 of the 2-2. And today, for at least for the most part, I think it's for everybody, training camp has started in the NFL, which means we are getting very close to it being football season. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So that's just me being goofy, but yes, it is almost that time. But again, before I go off and, to the realm of sports, I hope everybody has a wonderful, safe, fantastic Monday, as well as a fantastic week. Y'all be careful. It's been a heat wave. It's been hot, luckily, while I've been at work, while some days have gotten pretty hot, it always seems to get a little cloudy, couple of rain drizzles, and then it's the heat is bearable. At least bearable for the rest of my work shift. But anyway, yes. Shout outs to all my fam, my black and gold fam, my fam in general. Boy, my son got a birthday coming up in 2.5 weeks. That boy gonna be 11 years old. I mean, damn, already. I mean, next thing I know, he's gonna be in high school. I mean, he's just getting ready to start middle school, but gee whiz, when I tell you that time moves quick. I've said it before. I said it last show, and I'll probably say it in, God willing, hundreds of more shows. When you become a grown-ass adult, nothing moves faster than what? Tick, 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 time. Okay? Nothing moves faster than time. But I've sent out all of my well wishes, so now as far as the sports go, let's enter the realm of sports. Let's get to it. I'm going to start today by doing something that I have never done before when I start talking about sports on this show. I'm going to lead off with baseball. And I say that simply because I do not have the tolerance nor the patience that I once did for baseball. Now, I actually did sit and watch the entire All-Star game last Tuesday, which was my birthday. But I sat there and I watched the entire All-Star game, which lets you know there was absolutely nothing that interested me that was on television at that point in time. But with baseball, when I was a teenager, I was really into I was really into baseball, like I was, football, basketball, and boxing. But I was really into it, and a large part of that was because of my father. And my father, I think probably baseball was his favorite sport. As much as he loved football, as much as he loved basketball, he loved them damn New York Yankees. And I, too, love them damn New York Yankees. And up to this point, we have kicked an ass or 2 or 3 or 4. We have the best record in the bigs, and I think we have a great chance to win the World Series. Be that as it may, I still don't have the tolerance I once did for baseball. one reason is because when I lost my father in 2014, I lost my passion for baseball. But then I looked at all of the hypocritical things that baseball has done over the last quarter century and probably almost the last 30 years that has kind of turned me off to the sport of baseball. Now, David Ortiz, Big Papi, is just being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And do I have a problem with that? No, I don't. David Ortiz, when he was a Red Sox, was a great player. Here's my issue. David Ortiz in 2013 was caught using steroids, was caught juicing. And again, I don't even have a problem with that. My issue is that if you're going to put David Ortiz in the Hall of Fame, why the hell has Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa not been put in the Hall of Fame? And I only say that because we pick and choose who we like. And it's really simple. We pick and choose who we like, who we're going to support, who we like, and who we dislike. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens did not have that great relationship with sports writers and the media, so that, I believe, is the main reason. Because if you look at it logically, David Ortiz is the 59th player to be inducted into the Hall of Fame that has had the use of steroids. You niggas are crazy. So, okay, why are we making an exception for him and we're leaving Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens in the cold? And by the way, their eligibility, they don't have any more eligibility to get in the Hall of Fame because, 10 years of eligibility? And last year was the 10th year of eligibility for Bonds and Clemens in particular. But why is David Ortiz getting in? Was he a better player than Barry Bonds? No. Whether Bonds ever used steroids or not, he wasn't a better player, not even close. But we like David Ortiz. That's Big Papi. He's a part of the media. And I bet you this, that's going to be one reason why A-Rod gets into the Hall of Fame. And I think A-Rod was a great player. Not a great clutch player in the postseason, but he was a great player. But now A-Rod has rehabilitated his image so much into just the poster boy of I hate you in Major League Baseball to, again, sitting on that same media panel as David Ortiz. And like I said, we like David Ortiz. That's Big Papi. He got the big smile, and they love him, particularly in Boston. And that's why he's in. And I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve to be in because of his on-field accolades, but again, if we are going to have any type of consistency with players who use steroids, then we need to either put them in or keep them out. I have no problem with players from the quote-unquote steroid era being put in, because if you think baseball didn't know about it, then you are seriously mistaken. Thus, my problem with baseball. So when I hear people like Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who I have the utmost respect for and absolutely love them, talk about, I'm not putting Bonds and Clemens in because they cheated. David Ortiz cheated. It's 58 other players in the Hall of Fame who use steroids. They cheated. But we pick and choose who we like and who we don't like. And when I hear people say, well, it hurts the integrity of baseball, and I've said this before on the show, and I'll say it again, baseball don't have no damn integrity. Are you joking? If you think that the sport of baseball actually has integrity, then you are loyal to a fault. That's the nice way I'm going to say it. Or I could say it the mean way, you're dumb as hell. Because for one, you're going to keep somebody out of the Hall of Fame because they use steroids, but you have noted racists and women beaters and molesters and stuff like that in the Hall of Fame, particularly noted racists in the Hall of Fame. Oh, but we're not going to touch that. Furthermore, you think baseball didn't know that they were players juicing? Come on now. Don't be a fool. They can cry probable deniability all they want to. You know why they didn't care that anybody was using steroids in baseball? Because it pulled baseball back to a position where it mattered again. Baseball was in the toilet after the 94 strike. Not even Cal Ripken's Iron Man streak could pull baseball out the shitter. But then 1998 home run chase. I was a teenager, remember it like it was yesterday. Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa chasing that hallowed single season mark of 61 home runs by Roger Maris. And as the home runs kept piling up and we were starting to realize that this could actually be a reality, baseball truly started to matter again. We would interrupt regularly scheduled programs to see Mark McGwire at bat, to see Sammy Sosa at bat. And then poetically, as the Cardinals were facing the Cubs one fateful night in September, Mark McGwire hits the home run that breaks the single season mark of Roger Maris against Sammy Sosa. And then just a couple of days later, Sammy Sosa joins him. Mark McGwire finished that season with 70 home runs, if I'm not mistaken. Sammy Sosa finished with 64. Oh, baseball mattered. Oh, chicks dig the long ball. Oh, these people, these commissioners, the higher ups in Major League Baseball knew that these guys were juicing. They didn't give a damn because they were too busy saying cha-ching. We back, bitches. Baseball is not just America's pastime again. It's America's present and future. That's what was going on. Oh, by the way, we think that these players might be taking steroids. Who was the commissioner in? Bug Seeley? Probably like, so what? I don't care. So what? Do you see what they doing for the game? Do you see how popular the game is again? Baseball matters again. And then a couple of years later, when Barry Bonds suddenly comes to bat looking like the Hulk, and he smacks home run after home run after home run. Wait a minute. You mean Barry Bonds could break Mark McGwire's record? Just 3 years after Mark McGwire did it? And what were we doing again? Regularly scheduled programs were interrupted to see Barry Bonds at bat. Baseball mattered again. Bonds smacked 73 home runs and now owns a single season home run record. Oh, we think Barry Bonds might be juicing. Can't prove it, but we think he might be juicing. So what? Look at what this is doing for baseball. Hey, if I'm Major League Baseball and somebody comes up and says, hey, you think the players are doing steroids? Oh, I don't know nothing about that. Bullshit, probable deniability. It was probably that conversation that quote unquote never happened. Hey, look, man, you guys get caught, we denying everything. But hey, you know what? Right now, it's working. It's a good thing working. The steroid era saved baseball, and now we're gonna punish players that use steroids by keeping them out of the Hall of Fame. Let me tell you something. Barry Bonds, to me, steroid or no steroids, is the greatest player ever. Biatch. And it ain't even close. I mean, before Barry Bonds ever came face to face with a needle, he was already an all-time great when he was a Pittsburgh Pirate and his early days as San Francisco Giant. But he was a brilliant baseball player, and because Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa received so much attention and worldwide recognition for their home run chase, Barry Bonds like, wait a minute, I'm better than them. Oh, they using this to get an advantage? How about I use the same thing and I'm a really poo-poo on everybody and prove how great I am. Now, me personally, I would never use steroids because I've heard it messes with your penis. And that, to me, is my pride and joy, not a home run record, but that's neither here nor there. Point I'm trying to say is, baseball is FOS when they talk about integrity, and we're going to keep players out that cheated. Okay, let me ask this question, Mr. and Mrs. diehard baseball fans and America's pastime and all of that other sob-sucking shit that doesn't mean anything now because baseball is behind the 8 ball. Although I will say this, at the All-Star game, saw a lot of urban players coming out there with a lot of swag. But let me ask this question about the people who say they cheated. If they cheated, okay, and they shouldn't be put in the Hall of Fame, please tell me, if we're talking about cheating, how the hell do the Houston Astros still have a World Series championship? A whole team, a whole organization got busted for cheating. They won a championship off of that. Steroids never got Barry Bonds any rings, but the Astros were busted cheating, but they still have their World Series trophy. Oh, but baseball has integrity. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so serious. Come on, man.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
Well, I'm gonna say another word because honestly, this is why I'm done with baseball. This is why I don't have really the patience for baseball, because we talk about integrity, but you let a team cheat and you let them skate. we're going to suspend the manager for 1 year. And another manager is going to resign. And I mean, come on. This is what baseball has no integrity.
Shut the fuck, shut. Did I say? No! Oh, shit. Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else, nigga.
Oh, well, look, congratulations to David Ortiz for making the Hall of Fame, but baseball, you still full of dog dookie. Touche. Anyway, on the football, where Kyler Murray has officially gotten the bag from the Cardinals. He got that big contract. Late last week, the Cardinals picked up the 5th-year option on Kyler Murray's contract, and he signed a 5-year extension worth $230.5 million with $160 million guaranteed. I'm talking about cha-ching, cha-ching. Now, there are pros and cons to me with this contract extension. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, they did what they felt they needed to do. And by the pros, I mean, they got this out of the way. They did not let this linger on throughout the season into next year's offseason, the way the Cowboys did with Dak Prescott, which allowed Dak Prescott to fleece Jerry Jones. They did not do that. They took care of that. Now, Kyler Murray is not the highest paid quarterback. I believe he's number 2, second in guaranteed money behind Deshaun Watson, whose contract is fully guaranteed. So the pros is you got that out of the way. And you know, you have with this contract, with him not resetting the market like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert will eventually do. What this contract has kind of done is you do have some wiggle room where you can sign some notable free agents if free agents choose you as a destination next off season. So now the Cardinals will still need to draft right. They'll still need to draft right, but basically their salary cap can still stay afloat. On the contrary, with the Green Bay Packers, they didn't have Aaron Rodgers fleeced them, but it is what it is. So those are the pros to it. The cons are you rewarded childish behavior with $160 million guaranteed dollars. Kyler Murray, who unfollowed you on all of his social media plateaus and kind of was pouty, and they started throwing jabs at each other, saying, "Hey, he's not a leader." Kyler Murray saying, "Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'll unfollow you." Lip poked out. I mean, is this gonna be negotiation tactics by players in the future? I don't know. But like I said, there are pros and cons to it. Now, you can't deny the on-field talent. Now, on one hand, the Cardinals have improved in wins every year since Kyler Murray has joined them in 2019. But they've faded at the end of each season as well. Now, they did make the playoffs this past year, losing in the first round to the eventual Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. But will they continue to take a step up? Now, I do have them, me personally, as a top tier NFC team in a division that's kind of weak. I mean, that it's not as loaded as the AFC. That's point blank, period. But will the Cardinals continue to start hot and fade down the stretch, or will they consistently be a great team? Because remember, through midseason, there was discussion of, well, the Arizona Cardinals, are they the best team in football? Could they go to the Super Bowl? Remember, they started off at 7-0. Now, they made some key additions. Remember, they traded and got Hollywood Brown from Baltimore. That was Kyler Murray's college teammate at Oklahoma. DeAndre Hopkins will be suspended for the first 6 games of the season, and which puts more emphasis on Hollywood Brown. Now, you lost Christian Kirk, but you got Hollywood Brown. You'll have Nuke Hopkins back before midseason. So you'll have weapons there. You have to make sure that Kyler Murray stays healthy. He seems to have gone to that Russell Wilson school of slide and get down, make plays, don't take unnecessary hits. But he's been a little banged up at the end of the last 2 seasons. So again, Arizona did the right thing by nipping this in the bud early before it got worse as far as what you would have to pay him. But at the same time, you kind of rewarded pouting with a bag full of cash. I mean, it just is what it is. Trust me, I'm not hating. I like Kyler Murray. Congratulations. You got paid, bro. Now go out on the field and validate your contract, validate your money, my man, and do what you got to do. And be a big boy and go out and win you some goddamn football games. So, yeah, that was the big news in the NFL over the last week. Now, like I said, training camp has started today. And, like I said, I can't wait. I'm just ready for some football. I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, dog days of summer. I'm even ready for college football. And college football, which to me has been hilarious during the last month or 2 months, because college football has turned into the Wild Wild West, particularly with the NIL, and then UCLA and USC. They're going to be leaving, joining the Big Ten. And, you already had Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC. And you got Nick Saban crying like a little scorned woman because now NIL, and particularly big areas with big booster money can nab some of these players that he's accustomed to nabbing, particularly in Texas, where they got that all money, where they can get probably any high school player they want. So he's been, the competitive advantage is not being fair. It's not fair anymore. No, it's just the competitive advantage for you is now not fair anymore. But with all that being said, I am ready for some dang bum football. Now, to the NBA, where with the NBA, it's been pretty much the same rinse and repeat for the last month ever since the season ended and Kevin Durant demanded his trade. Now, news came out today that the Boston Celtics were in talk with the Brooklyn Nets trying to put together a deal to acquire Kevin Durant, and a deal that would include trading Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and a future first-round pick for KD, and the Nets said, nope, not enough. And Jaylen Brown proceeds to tweet out SMH, and if I'm Jaylen Brown, I kind of don't blame him, because I'm like, goodness gracious, my game improves every year. I was the best player for the Celtics in the finals because it wasn't Tatum. And yet my name is always the one in trade talk conversation. Well, what has been reported is that the Brooklyn Nets wanted Marcus Smart as well in the deal. And Boston said, pump your brakes. You're asking for a little too much. And I actually think that if you traded Jaylen Brown and Derek White and a future first-round pick, maybe two future first-round picks, that would be fair. But I also think that the Brooklyn Nets really don't want to trade Kevin Durant, so whatever anybody offers them, they're going to ante it up. They're going to ante up the asking price because they don't really want to. That's why I wish they would just come out and say it and, again, grow a pair and say, bruh, we're not trading you nowhere. You are going to end up being a Brooklyn Net at least for one more year. Since Kyrie has opted in, let's see where this team can take us. Fully loaded, no distractions, no vaccine mandates, yada, yada, yada. Can you give us that? And Boston, and it's clear, not just Boston, nobody is going to gut their team for Kevin Durant. The market is telling you that. They're not going to gut their team for Kevin Durant because, one, he's getting ready to be 34 years old. Two, he seems too prickly, and he's just nothing in the long run can seem to satisfy this dude as far as situation playing with a team. He never should have left Golden State, and Golden State has just flexed and proved, yep, well, we can win. We won before you, we won with you, and we've won after you. So all of that stuff is slowed down, and I think that this is going to totally be like smoke and mirrors, all the trade talk. Well, who's going to trade for this person? Who's going to trade for that person? I think that's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I think once the season is done, because even the Kyrie and Westbrook thing has started to die down, and the Lakers are pretty much going to have to deal with what we got to deal with. And I think people are going to end up staying where they're at. Now, the Donovan Mitchell thing that I brought up last week, I was saying how much I would love to see Donovan Mitchell become a Knick. Now, this isn't Donovan Mitchell demanding a trade. This is just Danny Ainge saying, I'll listen to offers. But the damn Jazz asked for 6 first-round picks and 5 current New York Knicks players. What?
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Man, what Salt Lake City weed are y'all smoking to think that Donovan Mitchell, who's a damn good player, is worth 6 number ones and 5. You want 6 picks and 5 nicks. Man, please, people have no idea how much that Rudy Gobert and Minnesota deal has totally screwed it up for everybody. How the Timberwolves made what I'm pretty sure most owners and GMs think is an all-time dumb trade. Like, the Timberwolves better win the title in the next couple of years for general managers and for owners to be like, okay, it kind of made sense. I mean, because good Lord have mercy. I can't get mad at Utah for saying, well, if we got this much for Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell is better than him, so we can get more. I mean, Danny Ainge asked for a whole damn roster for Donovan Mitchell. I mean, so he'll probably be another one. He'll be in Utah when the season starts, because ain't nobody gonna be a dumb fool twice. I'm just saying. So that's where it is with me. Now, what I'm going to do right now is kind of veer off, change subjects, because last night, the wee hours of this morning on YouTube, I dropped another DJ Brevon, JAYZ versus Nas. And I'm just curious to know that, of course, this was, they were really beefing about 20 years ago, but I'm not looking at it from the beef aspect. I'm just interested to know who people would take pound for pound as far as a rapper. And I got Cuttin' David.
Yeah, what it do?
Y'all already know what time it is when you hear Cuttin' David. What time is it, homie?
Man, time to act stupid as shit, bruh.
That's what we do. But, okay, so
That's shit.
So you haven't had a chance to listen to it, right?
Nah, I ain't listened to the joint yet.
Okay, but you saw you got the notification.
Yeah, I saw the notification. Little bit this afternoon.
Okay, so as a huge hip-hop and R&B rap head that we both are, and as far as JAYZ versus Nas, I'm not talking about the beef aspect, but who would you take? Who would you take?
All right, well, to hell with you, nigga. I'm all about the beef, nigga. So, fuck you, nigga. I'm taking the beef. I'm taking Nas all day.
Okay, well, you're all about the beef. Well, who would you take?
All about that. Beef makes sandwiches. Ha ha. Nah, man, look, like you said, man, I'm a big hip-hop head, and I was all about that back in the time, man. I'm like the Ether versus, you know what I'm saying, Dead Prayers, all that, man. I'm like, man, Ether was my jam.
Yeah, man, Ether versus Takeover.
Yeah, man, if you ask me, Jay still ain't provided a decent comeback for Ether. I still ain't heard one to this day.
Oh, man, Ether is like an all-time, that Ether is right up there with Hit 'Em Up and No Vaseline as all-time great diss songs.
Exactly. Jay ain't produced one diss song of reasonable caliber to this day. I ain't heard Jay-Z spit beef to nobody. So he's kill Jay-Z, first and foremost. But you know that big lip camel face bastard. So you know what I'm saying? I would take Nas, because that Nas is just a guy. Very point blank. I fuck with Nas on the lyrical aspect. He got more to say than Jay too. Honestly, you want to ask me that?
And see, me personally, that's why, you know. And now I'm not incorporating the beef. But if you ask me about the beef, oh yeah, clearly Ether was the home run hitter as far as that goes. But when it comes to pound for pound rapper, lyricist, rap artist, yeah, I gotta go with Nas. Now Jay-Z clearly had the more commercial hits, and I'll take nothing away from him. But if you talk about spitting bar for bar, lyric, oh my gosh, Nas all day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Nas, Jay is more commercial. Nas is the better lyricist. Period. Anybody who want to debate that is like, they stupid. Or they weren't around yet to understand where it truly developed that. But Nas is just better than Jay.
Yeah, to me as a rap artist, and you know, if somebody would want to debate that, that's their own opinion. Everybody entitled to their own opinion. But when you talk about lyricists, my top 5 is Pac, Big, Nas, M, and Jada. So
there you go. Now that's respect right there. That's respectable.
Yeah. Now, if you were to have a top 5, who would be in your top 5?
Definitely a lot of the same. All right, so, but I'm gonna bring in some of the old school guys, like some of the like the KRS-One gonna be in there. Maybe a Rakim. But all right, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with Big. I'm gonna stick with Pop. Ooh, getting chopped. Big Pop. I'm gonna stick with M because M did something revolutionary. A white boy who can rap and pretty much bar up any cat that's in the game today. So he's revolutionized the game as far as white boys go. M, yes. Jada. Ooh, tough one. But I put Jada up there. KRS-One. KRS-One.
Okay.
He's just old school. KRS-One and one. Ooh, boy, this is a toughie. I should blow some of these folks' mind and be like Will Smith.
You said what?
I should blow some of these youngins' minds and be like Will Smith. Will Smith. Nah,
I can't get jiggy with that.
yeah, I can't get jiggy with this shit. Nah, I'm gonna say LL.
You know, and boy, I was thinking about LL too. I mean, like LL would definitely be in my top 10. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and it really depends on who you ask, because I guarantee you pretty much everybody's top 5 will be different. I mean, everybody's top 5 will be different. I think the main
longevity wise, you gotta kind of put L in the conversation.
You have to. You have to.
He's done it. He's been there. He's done that. L kind of deserves the spot now.
And to me, when it comes to longevity, and that's where Big would kind of take a dip, because he only made 2 albums when he was alive.
Right.
You know, Pac was coming out with an album every year for like 10 years after he was quote unquote killed.
Yeah. But L been going strong. And when L was out, L did an album, what would you say, like every year or 2?
I mean, well, look, I know L did. I mean, geez, come on now. L was when we were babies. And I mean, literally, we were babies when L was first doing his thing. And I don't mean that as saying, oh, you guys were, you know, y'all were young, y'all was in elementary school, you were babies. No, nigga, I'm talking about we was in diapers when LL Cool J was doing his thing. So,
and now he's on album 10.
10, man, he was on album 10 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. He was doing his thing. Like, so L kind of deserves his spot, and kind of been deserved it. Reality.
Oh, and when I say when I say top 5, I think about lyricist. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about lyricist.
But you know what? L is no slouch with the lyrics either.
No, I know. L is dope with the lyricist.
So I mean, you say lyricist is the top 5 of all time. Top 5 of all time. Yeah, you could easily throw L in there. Or of all time, you could still throw L in there. I'm not throwing shade or on the nigga dick or nothing like that, pause. But, I mean, he's kind of there.
And people don't even realize that he's the one that categorized how everybody says somebody's the GOAT. Somebody's the GOAT of this, the GOAT of that. L came out with that 21 years ago. When 2001, his album was called GOAT, Greatest of All Time. So he was already ahead of his time on that one. And like I said, now people over the last 6-7 years, oh, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT, he's the GOAT. If I'm L, I'm sitting back saying, y'all kind of late.
Yeah, he been the GOAT. I mean, I don't know if it's shady on his part or he put himself before himself. But yeah, he was the first GOAT. You want to be technical?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be technical, but I mean, like I said, my top 5, and I'm going strictly off of lyricists, Pac, Big, Nas, M, Jada, and like this. I mean, and a lot of people won't put Jada in their top 5. I mean, I don't know if it's because of the lack of commercial stuff that he put out, but when Jada be spitting, man, like Jada validated me. Jade validated me putting him in my top 5 when they did the verses against Dipset, and Jada had his Jordan flu game. That nigga was in the zone that night.
Yeah. No, I mean, Jada just been nice since point one. Jada been nice. I take nothing away. That's why I wasn't mad at that pick. Jada been nice. And with the crew, with the honor, see, I just couldn't decide between Jada or Sheik.
You think Sheik is better than Styles?
Oh, not Sheik. Yeah, you're right. Styles P. My fault. Between Styles and Jada, I couldn't decide because both of them on any given day, I'll put them, they're interchangeable, kind of interchangeable.
Well, that's why they're such a great group.
That's such a great group. You're right.
That's why they that's why they are such an awesome group. Take nothing away from that.
Yeah. So to eliminate the need to think so heavily on it, I wouldn't put Jada on there. Not because Jada isn't commercial, not because Jada isn't nice. Jada, you and I both know Jada is probably one of the most talented MCs around. If not one of the best. But I couldn't reasonably put Jada on there without including Styles. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that. Guys like another guy like Fabulous. Fabulous nice with the delivery too.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see Fab being a member of the Locks. Like he would fit in perfect.
Right.
You know how some solo artists would just fit perfect in a group. Like Brian McKnight would have fit in perfect with Boyz II Men. Like for the longest time, I never knew that Brian McKnight was on the Let It Snow song because he fit in perfect. Fab would fit in so perfect with I mean, think about it. They already did the Freddie vs. Jason joint. Fab would fit in perfect with the Locks.
Exactly. Some folks you just undeniable chemistry, but they ain't got nothing to do with the next man. Fab is one of them guys.
But speaking of verses, did you see the Mario versus Omarion versus?
Man, I heard that one was trash. I heard that was straight booty, dog.
No, Mario did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mario did his thing, but Omarion and did not. No, the thing was Ray J. Oh my God.
Oh God! And then you throw in Ray J, so it's me versus you, and then we got Ray J involved.
Bro, Ray J came out there.
It was trash.
Ray J came out there holding his son, I guess, because he couldn't find a babysitter. And I'm certain, bro. You gotta go look at it. You have to when you go to YouTube. I'm talking about do this today. Go to YouTube and watch Ray J. Just go Ray J at Versus. Bruh, my man sung One Wish, and he sounded. I mean, and I don't like to trash other singers, but Ray J sounded horrible.
But Ray J never been a singing in crowd type of guy as far as I remember.
A live performer, you mean?
Never a live.
Then he shouldn't have took the fucking microphone.
Well, maybe he was just hyped because I got my weekend with my son. Yeah, I'm hyped. Like, nah, bro, sit your monkey ass down.
And he was gonna say afterwards, well, it's because I was holding my son, I couldn't hit them notes, bro. When I tell you, he sounded horrible. So bad that Sammy and Bobby Valentino was trying to help him sing the song. Like Sammy. When the last time you heard anything from Sammy?
Jesus Christ, I thought he was dead. Who's that? I was about to say, Sammy who? I'm like, your next door neighbor Sammy? I was like, your next door neighbor Sammy was trying to help that nigga?
Oh, snap.
The pool cleaner Sammy was trying to help him? Who was trying to help this dude?
Bruh. Yeah, it's been widely, it's pretty much been said, and this happened about 3 weeks ago. So it's been widely noted that this was probably the worst versus ever. Not because of Mario, but just Omarion vocally ain't got it no more. What possessed them to pull Ray J up there? I don't know. But bro,
I think Omarion trying to be too much and not R&B. I think that's what he's trying to do nowadays.
well, see, the thing about it is, Omarion only sung B2K songs. And I understand that as far as, you know, that's the group that you were in. I get it. But
Right.
but Omarion does have a few hits solo.
He does.
You know, and Icebox and Speeding and Supposed to Be. But this man was doing mostly B2K songs.
But correct me if I'm wrong, weren't they doing the whole verses on the eve of the Millennium Tour?
Hell, I don't know. Because they've been talking about doing a Millennium Reunion Tour for the last 2-3 years.
So, I mean, it wasn't exactly his best time to shine off of all that. Like, he was literally on the stage. Like, I heard Bow Wow was there. Like, I'm not trying to be anywhere, trying to do no verses where Bow Wow at.
Why not?
Man, look, it's already a bad look. Because it might be a concert, but he might be bullshit.
What you got against Bow Wow, man?
He said, you know what I'm saying? It might be a concert, but then again, it might be just a restroom and a bunch of dudes standing around with one microphone. I mean, it could be the Bow Wow Challenge. We don't know.
This nigga said the Bow Wow Challenge.
We don't know, bro. We don't know. It's kind of shady. It might just be a shady event. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. You gotta take things with Bow Wow dealing a little bit lightly these days. Oops.
Well, there is another tour coming out. I read this last week. There's a tour called Kings of Hip Hop and Kings of R&B tour, featuring for the R&B side Keith Sweat, for the hip hop featuring Master P. I think that joint gonna be lit. If I find an arena close enough, when they start coming out with dates, when they come out with tour dates, all I need is something close enough to Richmond. Doesn't have to be exactly in Richmond. It could be in Norfolk. It could be in Hampton. It could be in D.C. It could be in near the North Carolina borderlines. But I have to be in there for that one.
Okay. See, the thing was raised about. Here's my only complaint with stuff like that is everybody want to be a king of hip hop. Everybody want to be a king of R&B. Remember when that big head boy, what's his name? Not Lloyd, but the one who looked like Lloyd.
Jeremiah?
Not Jeremiah. It's another one. Signed with Birdman Group. Birdman label.
Damn it. I can make your bed rock.
That's Lloyd.
I was gonna say, won't that Lloyd?
No, that was Lloyd. No, it's another one. But he self-proclaimed himself the king of R&B.
Oh, Jacquees.
Jacquees, thank you. But ain't really had no hits about him. So it's just like we listening to you claim yourself the king of R&B, but we was all looking like, who the fuck is this dude?
Hey, well, ladies love that dude, man.
That's cool. I feel you. That's your stick, and stick to that. But don't be the king of R&B, and we don't even know who the fuck you are. It's like, yeah, he the king of R&B, and then we turn around like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Well,
he came out and he was like, yeah, I'm better than Michael Jackson, this, that, the third.
Well, I mean, it's good. I just look at it like this. It's good for somebody to have confidence. That's the way I look at it. I ain't gonna kill nobody for having really confidence. No matter how ludicrous it may sound, I ain't gonna, you know. Well, good for you. You're supposed to think that. But we all know, you know, numbers don't lie. That's all I say about that.
Right. It's like, bro, who is you? It's like that's when Trey Songz and them and like Chris Brown was all in their feelings like, he's the king of R&B, but who the fuck am I?
Right.
He's like, I've been out here making these albums. Who the hell am I?
Right.
That's when Trey Songz had made a comeback.
Right. Exactly.
And then Trey Songz had dropped like 4 albums. Like back to back to back. It's like,
boy.
you king of R&B. What the hell? And then he disappeared. Look, we ain't heard nothing about Jacquees ever since. Like, where that nigga went to? He might have got kidnapped for all we know. Hey, look, I don't condone kidnapping folks. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm a fan of it all the time. But don't claim yourself the king of R&B and you do bare minimum R&B. I do better. You like the R in R&B, like a rarely R&B.
Oh my goodness.
Rarely in R&B.
Well, bro, I just wanted to get your opinion on your thoughts for Jay and Nas. Who would you take? You know, but I'm gonna get up with you, homie.
Fuck JAYZ. Fuck JAYZ. You already know my thoughts on that. You ain't that. You know my feelings on that big head nigga. Fuck JAYZ. That nigga still owe me $10 from middle school. I want that.
Hey, shut up.
Oh, I need that. You know I need that, nigga. I'm mad about that. I've collected interest over the years, bro. It's like up to $3,000 now.
Oh shit.
Need that. I'm gonna see that nigga on the corner, bro. I need that. I need that $3,000.
Hey, you dumb, bro.
So mad. So petty.
Oh man, but I'm gonna get at you though, cuzzo.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Take it easy.
The latest.
All right.
Yeah.
And as usual, David always finds a way to make me laugh and question his mental capacity as far as sanity goes because he is such a freaking idiot. But that's, hey, man, y'all know that is my dude. That is my ace. But yeah, so, and I know I easily veered off the topic of sports, but I mean, like I said, dog days of summer. But yeah, I did do another DJ JAYZ. Just came out the wee hours of this morning. I did JAYZ versus Nas, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I make these playlists for myself, and I always have. I mean, I've been putting these playlists on YouTube for almost 3 years now. And to be honest with you, like I said, you guys know my job. You guys know what I do. And when I'm on them step vans, they ain't got no radios. They ain't got no radios, and them routes be all day. So I make the playlist. They get me through the day. I when I'm at home, I'm just chilling. I'm not doing nothing, or I'm folding clothes or playing video games, whatever. Or even if I'm having company, like I did last Sunday for my birthday cookout, I put together a playlist and boom, just press play and keep it going. And I don't have to worry about music for the rest of the day. It's just now people have started to listen. You know, people have started to listen. The creme de la creme of my playlist, as far as views wise, is Tupac versus Biggie. These are playlists that I put together. I used to put these joints on CDs. Like I have a Tupac versus Biggie CD that I made. Whitney versus Mariah, Boyz II Men versus Drew Hill, JAYZ versus Nas, East versus West. I've done all of this stuff. I've done this stuff for years. Back when I was a kid, putting them on cassette tapes, homie. I mean, for real. I'm just being honest. And just now, people are starting to listen, and I appreciate it. It's trickled down to me having more subscribers on YouTube, and I appreciate that as well as it's giving me the ability to do YouTube Live. I appreciate that as well. So all I will do is tell everybody who cares to listen, go on my YouTube page and check out DJ JAYZ, JAYZ versus Nas. It's about a little over 2.5 hours. It will not disappoint you whatsoever. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Only thing I wish I had did different was I wish I had put another version of Give It To Me on there instead of the version that I did. Other than that, it is something that I think true hip hop heads will enjoy. 80s babies such as myself will enjoy. Even 90s babies will enjoy, especially if you love the art of that thing that we call hip hop. I'm still a musician now. I'm a sports guy, I'm a podcaster, I'm a talking head, but I'm still a musician. So with that being said, my beautiful people, where the buzzer, where the buzzer, where the buzzer. Oh man, special birthday shout out. A couple days ago, my goddaughter Cashel just turned 16 years old. Again, where does the time go? That make your boy feel so old. And again, my little one, my firstborn, will be 11 in 2.5 weeks. Where did that time go? Where do that time go? But again, this has been another episode of Sports Plus Life. Yo, we are closing in on 200 episodes, my people. So definitely hit that subscription button, become part of the Sports Plus Life family, as well as you want to listen to those DJ JAYZ mixes. Just go ahead and hit that subscription button, hit that like button too if you don't mind. And it is your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. You guys have a wonderful and blessed week. I'm out this beer. Peace. Love you guys.